I'm left with all kinds of questions like, is $776 million good? How do we know? I mean, it's positive, but is it good? So, I'm left with all kinds of questions. What the community can do with this, though, I think, and by community, I mean the geospatial community, I think it's empowering. It's empowering certainly geospatial professionals and managers to be able to have a conversation with their budget people, with their finance people to say, look, without fear of contradiction, it has been proved that there is a net financial benefit to implementing and using GIS, and it's growing in this jurisdiction in King County, and King County doesn't even think we're, even half implemented with GIS. So that's something that the community can do with this. For us in King County, we're interested in delving deeper into some of the actual numbers to try to understand more of the variations that we see in our departments. There's one department that actually had a net benefit, or a net negative benefit. They had a negative benefit. And that was curious, and I think we understand it, but we need to investigate that a little bit more and understand the really foundational role that this one department is providing to the entire county. More broadly, I'd like to see additional ROI studies done, and I've talked to Dr. Zerbe about starting to do this. I'd like to maybe see a latitudinal study where perhaps ERISA, perhaps King County, perhaps State of Washington and the State of Oregon sponsor a study of, let's say, 10 cities from 75 to 150,000 population at the same time. So we're applying the same methodology, and we're obviously going to get different return on investment numbers. But that's going to be great because then we can drill down and look at what are the variations in investment, what are the variations in management of GIS within these individual jurisdictions. And that leads to something that I'm working on with ERISA, the Urban and Regional Information Systems Association. I happen to be current president of ERISA. And we've recently announced the development of the GIS Management Institute. So the GIS Management Institute is going to be a program of ERISA to develop a GIS management body of knowledge. We're going to accredit educational programs for GIS management. We're going to accredit organizations for their management best practices. And I think that the relationship between the ROI study and the GIS Management Institute is that the importance of professional GIS management is now more than just using the resources that managers are entrusted with effectively. That's a small portion of the potential benefit for a city or a county, using the resources that we have effectively, because the real benefit is this 5-to-1 or 10-to-1 return on investment by implementing GIS. And that's the real potential. The potential is much greater than the small amount of money that we're investing, and we need professional managers to do that. And so that's, one of the follow-up activities that I think needs to happen. It's the right time for that to happen within the geospatial community. The thing I love about my job is I get to talk about GIS. I get to go out, talk to people within the county and neighboring jurisdictions, find out what their business is, learn what their business is, and just make suggestions on how GIS, geospatial technology can help them do their work. I'm proud of where I live, and I think this is true of a lot of GIS professionals, that they're proud of helping their communities be better places to live, be better places to work, and be better places to be citizens.